Thursday. All right, it's a quick Energize live, and I literally gave you no warning, so this might be one that you go back and watch later, because I literally gave you no warning of what time I would be on and what we'd be talking about, and yet here we are. So I want to talk to you today, and I just did a daily dose of real talk on this. I want to talk to you about the difference between routine and rut. I literally just did the daily dose of real talk on this, and I'm spilling my Energize everywhere. This is a little bit of a crime. I'm spilling my Energize everywhere. And the reason why this is in my mind is because I was talking to my team about it yesterday. I was talking about this difference between routine and rut. Come with me. Let's get some ice. Because you already know, come on, you already know that how much I believe that habits are everything. Wow. Y'all, this whole Mercury in retrograde situation and the new moon and the shift in the seasons tomorrow, things are just happening that I'm like, wow, the energy is just weird. So that was just really loud, and we've got Energize everywhere. So I was talking to my team yesterday about this idea of routine versus rut, and it seemed to connect with some of them, and I thought that I would bring it to you now that I've kind of talked about it with them, and I did a daily dose of real talk on it just now. So if that daily dose of real talk resonates with you, will you do me a favor? Will you share that? Because again, we talk about this all the time. People will say, well, somebody ought to do something about that, whatever that is. Well, here's the deal. You're the somebody. We're the somebody. You and I, we're the somebodies. We're the somebodies who have to do something about that. And that I'm talking about is being the positive energy that we want to see in the world, on social media, in real life, like all the things. So if today's daily dose of real talk makes you stop, makes you think, if any of the little daily doses of real talk, if any of the Energized lives, if any of our conversations that we have make you stop, make you think, and make you consider that maybe someone else might find this useful in their life too, can you share that for me? Because that would be so enormously helpful. And then we can be that positive energy in the world, right? Because I'm going to get up every morning. I'm going to serve you. I'm going to try to unload and download these thoughts that I have in my head for you. And I know that there are other people in this world who just haven't found our Energized Life community that might find it helpful too. Okay, listen, I'm going to take a drink. And my question for you is, do you have, this is just a yes, no question. Do you have a morning routine? Yes, no, in the comments. Do you have what you consider, not what other people consider, just what you consider. Do you have what you consider to be a morning routine? Yes or no in the comments. What you consider a morning routine. And hold on, there we go. Listen, I don't play around on my Energized Live. If you are tomfoolery and making dumb comments on my Energized Live, I take you off because I'm in charge here. It's the one thing that I'm in charge of. So do you consider yourself to have a morning routine? Whatever that is. It's not anybody else's morning routine. It's just your morning routine. If you consider that you have a morning routine. Okay, so here's what I was hearing from a lot of my coaches and what I have experienced myself over and over, because I am a human being myself as well, and I have experienced this. I was listening to some of my coaches talk about this, and what happens sometimes is we get in a groove because a routine is a habit. Habits take out emotion and drama. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Habits take out emotion and drama. Habits eliminate decision fatigue. Habits eliminate decision fatigue. Habits eliminate you relying on motivation and inspiration. You already know that I believe everything relies on our habits, and our habits include how we literally, figuratively, emotionally, spiritually, all the things, move through the world, how we physically move through the world, how we think, like all of it, our mindset. You hit snooze in the morning, that's a habit. The crappy story that you tell yourself that you can't succeed in whatever it is you're doing, that's a habit. Like everything I believe is a habit. So you get this morning routine, and And for a while, it'll feel like you're like rocking it, right? You get up, you do the thing, you're journaling, you're blah, 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 you're doing all the things. And then you'll notice one day, and it's kind of subtle, but we're grown-ups, so we have to pay attention to this. It's kind of subtle. You'll notice one day that you feel a little like, okay, I gotta go do my thing, right? They'll be like, I gotta go do my journal. And then you do it, and it's fine, whatever. And then there'll be another day like, I'd like to change my alarm or whatever. And you'll start to notice this sort of feeling around any routine. That is when that routine likely has become what I call a rut. And there's a difference between a routine and a rut. And very simply, in my opinion, a routine serves you. It creates the feelings that you want to create. It creates the feelings that you want to feel. So for me, my morning routine creates 3 feelings: calm, confident, productive. That's how I want to feel in the morning when I'm kind of finished with my morning routine. Calm, confident, productive. A routine helps you feel the way you want to feel. A routine helps you navigate the world like an anchor, helps you feel grounded. A routine helps you feel grounded. A routine eliminates decision fatigue. A routine just helps you feel better. A rut makes you do this. I'm just not feeling it. Like that, those are like literally the words that'll come out of your mouth. I'm just not feeling it. Now, don't get this twisted. Do not get this twisted. Sometimes we do the items in our routine whether we feel like it or not, okay? Sometimes we do them. You know why? Because we are grown-ups. And we know that sometimes we do things whether we feel like it or not. And if we only did the things that we felt like it, your child's diaper would never get changed. Okay? So let's just leave it at that. Sometimes we do things not because we love it and not because we feel like it. But there is a difference between habits that are a routine that are serving you and when you start to feel like, and that is where it starts to become a rut. Now, also listen to me very closely. This is not a character judgment. You are not a bad person because suddenly what did serve you no longer does. There was a long period in my life, of almost, I would say almost all of 2020. I'd say almost the entire year, where I got up at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. And it worked for me for a very long time, 4:30 a.m. And then kind of it just didn't anymore. And that alarm sort of became a rut. And I was doing it for a while because I thought that was what I had to do. And then when I took a kind of a step back and realized, I'm like, you know what, that routine is not actually, those habits aren't serving me anymore. They aren't creating the feelings I want to feel. Calm, confident, productive. Those are my 3 feelings: calm, confident, productive. And when my routine isn't helping me feel calm, confident, and productive, then I need to make a shift. If you are feeling this, you need to understand that tomorrow is also the fall equinox. Okay, the fall equinox, which means the seasons are shifting. Listen to me very closely. The moon in the sky controls the oceans. Okay? The moon in the sky controls the oceans. You are made of water. If you think that these seasonal shifts and the astrological stuff that happens don't affect you, what do you think you're made of? Metal? Like, knock it off. Of course they do. Like this whole week, like weird things were happening, weird transitions, a big shift in my life, just weird things happening. And I'm like, if the moon controls the ocean, are you telling me that you are more powerful than the ocean and you're not going to feel the effects of what's happening? Then you don't understand. You don't even understand, right? So come on. So of course, if you're, especially right now, if you are just feeling like, and just sort of weird and off, it's okay. There's a seasonal shift happening right now. We are moving into the fall equinox. And you know what starts on Friday? The last 100 days of 2022. You best get your compass planner so that you can be tapping into these last 100 days. The last 100 days. And I don't know what your actual name is. Morraeok. If you could change your Instagram handle so that I can actually have a conversation with you. I do want to mention that she pointed out that they could, she was in the medical field, they could prepare themselves. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think also on Saturday, correct me if I'm wrong on the day, I want to say Saturday, there is a new moon coming too. So there's a lot of shifts that are happening right now. So of course you are feeling them. Of course you are feeling them. And if you're feeling like your routine has become a rut, you have to be a grown-up and make a shift. Okay, so how are you going to do that? You're going to take a moment and you're going to really look at the pieces of your routine and you are going to decide, okay, what still feels like it's serving me? What still feels like it's serving me? What makes me feel? And then you have to insert the feelings that you want to feel. So do me a favor in the comment. I told you my 3, calm, confident, and productive. Do me a favor in the comments. Just put one feeling that you want to feel on the other side of your morning routine. How do you want your morning routine to make you feel? You can have more than one feeling, but could you in the comments put one? What is one way, one feeling you want to experience on the other side of your morning routine? Could you do me a favor and put one of those feelings in the comments? That would be awesome. I love that. Alive, energized, productive, aligned, energized. I love that. Energetic. Erin Chick, you girl, you got to change that Instagram handle. Grounded. I love that. Organized. That's an awesome. Productive. Focused. I love that. I love that. Productive. Amazing. I love those words. Okay. So here's your test. Here's your litmus test then. When you start to feel like this, I'm just not feeling it. Okay? When you start to feel like that, and you notice it because you're a grown up and you have to be in tune with yourself. You have to be in tune with yourself. Because here's the thing. If you're feeling and then you just keep doing the thing, you don't get to complain about it. You don't get to complain when you're not doing the work. Right? It just is what it is. So let's say you want to feel energized and alive and blah, blah, blah. And you notice that you're not feeling that. Then you need to look at the pieces of your routine and what needs to be switched. For me, I always go to my workout because everything is better on the other side of a workout. Fitness changes everything. So when I notice I'm like, then I'm like, what's my workout? And how can I change that? Okay, that's number one. That's for me. That's what I do. What is my workout? How can I change that? Then I look at what time I'm getting up. Am I getting enough sleep? We've talked about sleep before. I actually slept a little bit longer today because I did not get good sleep the night before. I'd only gotten, I hate to tell you this. I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but I'd only gotten 5 hours of sleep the night before. That's horrible, I know. And if I would have gotten up this morning at my normal time, I would have only gotten 5 hours of sleep again. I'm like, no, I can't. I've got 2 important calls today. No, we need a little bit more sleep. So I look at my sleep. I look at my hydration. I look at my nutrition. Is there something that's irritating me? Am I eating something that is not making me feel my best? I really go through the checklist of all the things that are happening in my life and what do I need to change. Last year, 2 years ago, I remember 2 years ago, I think it was in 2020, and I was really feeling this. And that was when I changed. I stopped getting up at 4:30 a.m. I moved it to 5. That was a huge change for me. 30 minutes, big difference. I took my workouts outside. Big difference for me. Like I went out of the basement and I went outside. Huge difference for me. Those were 2 big changes I made. So I always look at my workout first, always. I always look at the sleep I'm getting. After that, I look at my nutrition and my hydration, and I look at what I'm reading. And is the book or the podcast or whatever that I'm doing, is it serving me? And then I try to get more movement in my life. So I try to add more walks, and whether they're longer walks or just more walks or whatever, because I can really fuel my brain when I'm walking. So walking is huge for me. Hydration, walking, those are really big for me. And then who am I surrounding myself with? Am I surrounding myself with kind of toxic people who are also feeling Well, if you're surrounded by a bunch of people from then you're probably going to feel so you need to change the people that are around you. Do you have something that's exciting to you? Do you have goals and dreams that make you want to get up in the morning and get after them? And if you don't, you're probably going to feel So you've got to take into account all these pieces, and then because you're a grown-up, you have to make a change. And I think a beautiful day to make a change is tomorrow because of the seasonal shift. And then Friday, we start the last 100 days. So what if you put into place a series of habits for the last 100 days of 2022 that really helped you feel whatever those words are that you just listed? Energized, alive, organized, productive. What else did you list? Grounded. I love that so much. Fulfilled. Because listen, in a routine that's serving you, you will feel grounded. In a rut that's not, you will feel stuck. Take that in. A routine will help you feel grounded, centered, grounded, ready to take on the day. But a rut, you'll feel stuck. So you have to know the difference because you're a grown-up. I just cannot say this often enough. You have to know the difference because you're a grown-up, and then you have to take action around that. So listen, I just wanted this morning to bring this to your attention. I wanted to reassure you that if you are feeling a little wonky right now, you're all good. This is not a character judgment. You are not a bad person. None of it. If you're feeling a little wonky right now, there's a lot of stuff going on. And of course you probably do feel a little wonky. If you're feeling like your routine's not serving you anymore, you've got to step up and be the grown-up and change it. And you come back to how do you want your routine to make you feel? And the bottom line is if your routine is connected to your big goals and your big dreams that you want for your life, you're far more likely to stay on track. If you're just moving through the motions, you're just checking the boxes and it's not really connected to anything, you're not going to stay on track. You're not going to stay consistent with it because it's not connected to something greater, something bigger, something deeper, something more meaningful. So I'm going to go write my compass planner now because that is a part of my routine that serves me, helps me feel calm, confident, and productive, and get my focused 5 written down. And I just want you to take this into your brain this morning and really be thinking about it. And I remember writing morning pages were really powerful for me. Yes. And if that was powerful for you then, it could be powerful for you now. Yes. Fitting your workout into your routine somewhere. You have to move your body. You cannot be a functioning human if you don't move your body. Period. Absolutely. I'm so glad that this is a conversation that is helping you. So do me a favor, share it if it's helping you. Someone else might need it too. Do me a favor and share that daily dose of real talk. Because it's just kind of, the daily dose of real talk idea is kind of like a little microcosm of what we talked about today. But share it with someone else who you think is probably feeling this way too, and come back to this and go, listen, just share it on your stories and go like, are you feeling a little wonky? Well, here's why you might feel wonky and here's what you can do about it. It's just so important for us to understand that a routine is going to make us feel the way we want to feel, and a rut is going to make us feel the opposite of that. And then it's our job as grown-up human beings to do something about that. Because if we sit in that rut, well, that's on you, and you'll get to complain about it. And if you sit in that rut and you're in the same place in your life a year from now that you are right now, then that's on you, and you just sat in that rut. And the changes that you need to make in your routine can be so small. Nobody needs to overhaul their entire life, right? You don't need January 1st to make a change. You don't need a Monday to make a change. You just need today to go, I think I'm going to get up at a little different time. I think I'm going to try a different workout. I think I'm going to read a little something different. I think I'm going to get more intentional about my community. little tiny tweaks in your routine. Maybe I'm going to journal. Maybe I'm going to get a different journal that helps me with some prompts. Maybe I'm going to get the Compass Planner and really go all in with my last 100 days. What little tiny tweaks, okay? We're not overhauling our life. And you'll be surprised at how much those little tiny tweaks can change everything for you. So what I want you to do today, here's your homework. What I want you to do today is if you make a change, I want you to let me know what it is. Share it on your stories and let me know, like, okay, tomorrow I'm doing this different, or today I changed up my workout, or today I picked up a new book, whatever it is. Let me know what you changed today and how it makes you feel. And I'm sending you all the positive energy tomorrow as we move through this shift in seasons and we get into the fall equinox tomorrow. And then we'll double check, but I think Saturday is the new moon. So listen, stay calm. We got this. Things are going to get wonky. We understand that. The energy is going to be weird. If the moon controls the oceans, it's going to have an effect on you as well. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to move through it. We're going to move through it together. We're going to use our routines to help us stay grounded. And we're going to go create our life on purpose with purpose. Happy Wednesday.